And welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Anne Nwawado. Coming up on the program today, 6-year-old victim of insurgency from Chibok receives medical support. Wanara community in Kwara State cries out over lack of infrastructure. And fuel queues return to some parts of the country. Welcome to News Across Nigeria. The Swiss government is set to return about $321 million public funds which were looted by former Nigerian military ruler Sani Abacha to the federal government. The money, originally deposited in Luxembourg, was confiscated by a Swiss court in late 2014. And in March last year, the two countries signed an agreement on its repatriation. The Swiss government in a statement says, and I quote, "In accordance with a policy on payment of national assets taken illegally, Switzerland has agreed with Nigeria and the World Bank to return nearly $321 million for the benefit of the Nigerian people." End of quote. Former military ruler General Abacha, who held power in 1993 and not to 1998, is suspected to have embezzled $2.2 billion from Nigeria's treasury in what the United States has called brazen acts of kleptocracy. And he says the presidency, through its Twitter handle, says the government of Nigeria has reacted to this announcement, saying, and I quote again, "Nigeria will use the opportunity of the GFAR 2017 meeting at the headquarters of the IFC org in Washington, D.C. to negotiate the return of other assets and also engage in bilateral meetings with several countries." End of quote. It said the return of the funds will be supported and supervised by the World Bank, adding that the move should strengthen social security for the poorest Nigerians. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has granted former finance minister Nenadi Usman permission to travel to the United States for medical treatment. Justice Rilwan Aikawa ordered that her passport be released to enable her travel from December 18th. She is, however, to present herself for trial on the next adjourned date of January the 31st, 2018. Mrs. Usman is standing trial alongside former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode and two others, Danjuma Yusuf and Joint Trust Dimensions Nigeria Limited, on a 17-count charge of alleged fraud of about 4.9 billion naira. Meanwhile, the Force Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Police, Jimoh Moshood, has been speaking on Monday's attack on Lawuru and Dong communities in Demsa local government area of Adamawa State. According to Mr. Moshood, the police is working to ensure the safety of the affected communities as more security personnel have already been deployed to the area. He asked residents across the state to participate in the stakeholders forum set up by the Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris to encourage dialogue among aggrieved parties.
More personnel have been sent to Numa and to other local governments, including Lamode, because Lamode, the police personnel on the ground, prevented the attacker from invading the village and attack innocent people. So, as we speak, normalcy has been restored, and it's important people in Adamawa will probably attest to it. Though there's palpable fear or probably maybe there's going to be any other attack, but we want to assure them that enough is being done by the Nigerian Police Force and other security agencies on the ground to ensure lasting peace in the area. But it is important to impress it on the people on the need to live together in peace, because these are brothers that live together for a very long period of time. No matter what is the dispute, it's not only firearms that prevent crime or prevent attack. It is important for us to use dialogues to come together on the round table, and that is why the Inspector General of Police have directed Commissioner of Police to hold a stakeholder forum in all the affected local government and in all the affected states.
Well, it is said that out of pain comes joy. That's the story of 6-year-old Ali Ahmadu, who has been confined on a wheelchair for at least 3 years. A relative of the 6-year-old, Miss Hassanatu Ahmadu, told Channels Television that at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, that the young star, who suffered a spinal cord injury in 2014 following a raid on the Chibok community by Boko Haram insurgents, had corrective surgery in Dubai.
Approximately 4 years ago, in a small village at Chibok local government area of Borno State, 6-year-old Ali Ahmadu Chibok became one of the youngest victims of Boko Haram's terrorist invasions. He suffered excruciating pain and a horrific spinal cord injury when attempting to flee the terrorists with his mother. He was both immobilized and fast deteriorating physically and mentally from that period till the first quarter of 2017, when the NGO Global Initiative for Peace, Love and Care contacted him. The young Ali Ahmadu was flown to the United Arab Emirates on the 10th of September 2017. And after almost 6 hours of extremely delicate surgery and a week in intensive care, followed by a month in recovery, he takes his first steps unaided. In comparison to when he left Nigeria bound in a wheelchair 4 months ago, his happiness at returning now able to work is clearly illustrated by his joyful smile. His aunt narrates their experience while in Dubai in an emotional leading voice.
Ina murna sosai domin kamar mu tafiya yana tafiya a wheelchair. Amma gashi yau yana tafiya da kafan shi. Ina godewa.
The founder of Global Initiative for Peace, Love and Care, sponsors of the medical trip, explains the role of the initiative in assisting Ali Ahmadu.
After we left here on the 10th of September and we arrived Dubai on the 11th, so Ali was wheeled into the hospital on the 12th. After proper medical examination, they agreed that Ali needed to go for surgery as soon as possible. So after the surgery, Ali was there, and the doctor projected that Ali will walk after 6 to 7 weeks. But by the special grace of God, after 7 days, Ali was on his feet, walking. And the healing process was so fast, they never believed it.
Police.
That he wants to join the police.
The young Ali Ahmadu, who has triumphantly overcome extreme adversity, can now express optimism for his future, as he dreams of becoming a policeman when he grows up.
A policeman, how interesting. Well, the International Organization for Migration has renewed its commitment to assist Nigeria in reducing the burden in the aftermath of the insurgency in the northeast. The chief of mission of the UN Migration Agency in Nigeria believes it is very important to operate a safe corridor and other initiatives to help rehabilitate and reintegrate victims. Meanwhile, the Special Advisor on Strategic Communication at the Office of the National Security Advisor says the government plans to continuously vet individuals or groups suspected of association with Boko Haram with the aim of de-radicalizing them.
Since 2001, IOM has been supporting the government of Nigeria to reduce people's vulnerabilities to trafficking and other forms of exploitation and strengthen the framework for achieving sustainability in return and the reintegration of migrants. After 20 years of DDRR experience and 30 years operations around the world, including work in Somalia and Colombia, with similar contexts to the challenges that Nigeria is currently facing, IOM has committed to support the government of Nigeria in integrating various elements of legal, prevention, and peace building throughout 4 key pillars.
Nigeria's approaches to preventing and countering violent extremism will strengthen the justice system and respect for human rights and the rule of law. In all aspects of DDR program, in accordance with the 1999 Constitution and national statutes, the Federal Republic of Nigeria will comply with international human rights and humanitarian law All terrorist suspects will be treated humanely at all times.
My news across Nigeria return to tell you a story of residents of a community in Kwara State. They are asking something from the government to make lives better for them. Details and more shortly.